Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. Here we are, the Tower of Hoeth, for the finals of the Aspiring Champion Tournament hosted on Heir of Carthage's Discord and played on Twitch through Wicked's live stream. This is the final match. Oak as Norsca versus Ironthunder as Dwarves. Now, keep in mind, these were blind picks, so they had to have their armies picked out well in advance of even knowing who they were facing or what their opponent was going to bring to the table. And I like both of them. Like, I know that they're not. Neither of these factions are top tier, meta, best pick or whatever. But they made a choice. They made a choice. Dwarves are a solid faction if you're playing at brand new or new to multiplayer difficulty. And Norsca, I mean, it's hard to go wrong with the tactics on them. They're very fast. They're very interface, and they're very monstery. So here it is, the Tower map. I actually really like this map. Look at this. This is really cool. So you have the two courtyards facing off against each other. Here's the this beautiful red carpet going up here and in here. This is lovely. Okay, anyway, so let's look at Norsca first of all. So this is Oak's faction. He has picked a line of Marauder infantry out front to, I'm guessing, is a meat shield just to eat up Dwarven artillery. That's a good call. Behind them, he's got 3 units of Marauders with great weapons. Behind them, he has Wulfric the Wanderer on a chariot. I love that pick. Chariots are lovely against Dawi. We have a unit of Marauder Hunters. Make that 2. Make that 3. The armor-piercing ranged with sundering qualities. There's also a Shaman Sorcerer of Metal. This is going to be critical if he's got the right spells. Let's look at the spell set on this Shaman Sorcerer. We have the Final Transmutation, which will do just fine. The Plague of Rust is going to be crucial in this battle. And Searing Doom for that bombardment spell. Metal shifting means that whenever he's casting, there's the extra armor piercing damage, weapon damage. There's also a giant in here which will do some great work. 2 more units of chariots. One of them has an XP Chevron Marauder Ice Wolf chariots, and in the woods we have Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes. So a lot of armor piercing potential in the Norscan army. Over here we have some defensive geometry. This is quite the setup. Okay. We've got Dwarf Warriors, each one with 1 XP Chevron, and the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, which have flaming attacks as well. And they have a bonus against large foes. Charge defense against large foes and anti-infantry. So these units are all going to be great. Charge defense against large foes. Trollhammer torpedoes are there just to take care of any kind of monsters, which is a good call. 2 units of miners with blasting charges to kind of throw up into the main infantry line. And here's another Dwarf Warrior and another. So 4 Dwarf Warriors, one of them, and the 5th one is a Dragonfire. So we have a Gyrocopter out here, which will do some scouting. We have the Dragonback Slayers. We have Bugman's Rangers, and oh, wait a minute, there's a second Trollhammer Torpedo and a Bolt Thrower. I never liked a Bolt Thrower. 2 Bugman's Rangers, actually. Ungrim Iron Fist for more anti-large capability, and a Runesmith with all of the runes. They've made some great calls here against one another. So the Bolt Thrower, I think, is crap. I don't like this thing one bit. It just does not deal enough damage, and they tell you it's good against flying units, but it really is just a lie. So here comes some bolts right away, and we've got some dead Marauders. Okay. That's just kind of what should be expected at this point. We have a huge flanking maneuver going on out here with chariots and with... I think there were more units out here than I originally thought. Yeah, there's 2 units of Marauders with throwing axes and a Norscan Ice Wolf coming out to this flank as well. This is a great maneuver for them because they are unseen yet. The Gyrocopter is going to find them, but the Bolt Thrower, which should be targeting cavalry. It's taking some pop shots out here. Wulfric the Wanderer is trying to go far left. Norscan player is doing exactly what he should be doing, and that is trying to get around and in position. Ooh, the throwing axes on the Marauder Horsemen are going to pick apart these Gyrocopters very quickly. Look at this. Look at the morale drop on them in particular, but the health is dropping very quickly. They're getting some steam shots off, but they're really not doing much. Okay, the Marauders are closing in. And the Bugman's Rangers are wisely shooting past the Meat Shield Marauders and trying to get some Marauders with great weapons, take out as much, and some throwing axes, trying to kill off as much of their anti-armor as possible. Here comes that bombardment spell from the Lore of Death, and it's going to get about as much damage as I expected on 2 units. You know, just right. The gyrocopters are continuing to get shot up. These hunters here are going to be routed. Those marauders are gone. But now that the great weapons are in position, these dwarf warriors are going to start taking some damage. Those warriors of Dragonfire Pass, they're also eating a bunch of axes. I was wondering why they were losing to marauders with great weapons. The answer is there's axes involved, and here we go. Chariot charge is a go. Straight into the... Oh, wow, they just stopped the second they hit those Slayers. Wow, those Slayers just did not care that they got hit by chariots. They must have added their mass. He's trying to pull through. Oh, another good bombardment spell from that Lore of Death sorcerer, metal sorcerer, but no kills as of yet. You've got to get those chariots out of those Dragonback Slayers, my friend. This just ain't working out for you. Not at all. Rear charged, and the Slayers just turn around and go, Do you smell some wolves? I think I smell wolves. Oh, but here's a target you should be going for. Look at this. These Iron Drakes are just sitting here, shooting away at your chariots, and you're going for the Bugman's Rangers? No! You go after those Iron Drakes, my friend. Oh, but that charge is just beautiful. Look at that. Ran them right over. The Dragonback Slayers are coming back. Here's a Rune of Negation, Oath and Steel. And we also have Final Transmutation played on Ungrim. Oh my goodness. Wolfric's trying to move around. He's trying to get some damage done in the backfield, but he's going after the wrong targets, I feel like. Here's a nice spot for chariots. And this lone Iron Drake right here is just begging to be charioteered. And this unit's going to break. That Ice Wolf Chariot is going to be done with 1 kill. One kill on the chariot against Dawi. I repeat, 1 kill on this chariot unit against Dawi. For shame. That's what I wanted to see. That is what I wanted to see. Might not be a kill yet. Let's see here. They're still 21 out of 21, but they will take that damage all day long, and they are not going to get off very many shots as a result. The giant is now into the mix. And here comes another bombardment spell from... the giant slayers are in here. That's going to deal a pretty pile of damage, but that giant is not very well suited to this engagement, unfortunately. It's probably going to get picked apart and chased away. That was a charge. Oh my goodness, those Bugman's Rangers. Now, if that chariot can just keep going back and forth between the Iron Drakes and the Bugman's Rangers, it's going to get its money's worth. Oh, look who decided to come back. Look at this. The Warriors of Dragonfire Pass are in his sights, and stopped. Dwarven mass has gotten really funny these days. I mean, on a downhill charge, chariots, you'd think that would have just run him over. He's going to continue to push around. Yes, that's what I love seeing. I love seeing chariots into dwarves. I just love it. How many kills are we on this one now? This Ice Wolf Chariot's up to 11 kills. The Norscan Ice Wolves with 36 kills, surprisingly. Bolt throwers are trying to get their work done against the Marauder Hunters. You know, you just would have been better off with a cannon. Everything they say a bolt thrower can do, a cannon can do better, and it will. This Runesmith is just sitting here tanking this whole battle. Did the giant rout, or is the giant dead? It looks like it may have fallen. Yep, there it is. It's dead right there, right underneath my mouse, Appius. Good job, good call. This is not looking good for Norsca. I think, with the power bar the way it is, I think the Dawi are going to take this one. That, oh man, this guy's fleeing for his life right now. He's running towards Ungrim. If Ungrim were to turn and attack, or if these, he's going to get Trollhammer torpedoed maybe instead, while being chased by Dwarf Warriors who have gained 2 XP chevrons over the course of the battle. Who's shooting at these Miners with Blasting Charges? Is that friendly fire from the Bugmans? They must be chasing something else. Debris falling down over here. Wow, that Sorcerer of Metal got outrun by Dwarf Warriors. Speed 28. Speed 35? I don't know how that happened. That's a little strange. It's a little strange. Alright. So in the end, it looks like the dwarfs were able to protect their key assets. Oh, you just hate to see that happen. Oh, friendly fire! They got one of their own iron drakes there. Oh, trollhammer torpedoes. I love those. I really do. What a fight that was. Okay, let's look at the end results, and that was the best of one aspiring champion tournament finale. That was it. That was the one, and all props to Ironthunder for his incredible victory. Now, don't let the low numbers of kills shock you. There weren't very many Norscan units that could hold up morale-wise against that kind of battering that came from the Dawi. 27 kills with Wolfric. I'm surprised I didn't see the use of any of his boats. I might have missed it. Unfortunately, 23 kills with the Shaman Sorcerer Metal. That bombardment spell, probably not the best pick. I think the Plague of Rust would have been a much better call, just using that regularly. 20 kills with the Marauders, 21, 34. Some decent showings here with some of his Marauder Hunters. This poor Ice Wolf Chariot with only 1 kill. That one with only 16, considering what they were up against. That there were some really funky charges in there too, if I might add. That was bizarre. 16 kills, 22 kills. I mean, downhill even. Going downhill into the backs of Dwarves, I was expecting to see them get punted. Really surprised by that. Only 20 kills on the Giant, 60 from the Norscan Ice Wolves, and I think that was the best showing for Norsca. Yeah, it was. 60 kills on the Norscan Ice Wolf. Probably doing stuff like chasing down miners, dwarf warriors that were fleeing, Dragonback Slayers with 49 kills. This unit had 60, that one had 76, this one had 79 on that Bugman Ranger. It's incredible. Just incredible. Folks, I hope you enjoyed. I know I did, and I will, as always, see you in the next battle.